Hello everyone and welcome back to the Odious Soul. My name is Shannon and this video is about Litheli's new 20 volt pole saw. So Litheli is a company that historically has put out battery powered like 40 volt saws, pole saws, lawn mowers, hedge trimmers, things like that. And they recently put out a 20 volt series, which is going to be lighter, easier to use, kind of geared more towards women like me, and maybe some more of the elderly population. So got the box in, and just to kind of show, it's a big long box. So we're going to open it up. We're going to make sure everything is in here. Then we're going to put it together and then we're going to test this bad boy out. All right, so we have it open. It looks like we have the instruction manual here. And it says, if anything is wrong, call their customer service, or you can email them. We have the big long pole saw attachment right here. This is what our saw is going to go on at the end. And here, this looks like it's probably going to be the battery charger, or the battery, and this is probably the battery charger. And then here, what do we have in here? Ooh, we have the saw blade. We have the strap to hold on to. We have the pole saw battery, not the battery, the motor itself right here. And then in here we have, looks like the saw blade holder and a cover for it. And that looks like it's it. So that looks like everything we need is here. So let's put it together and see what we got. All right, so I have all my pieces out ready for assembly. This is, like I said, the motor part here. So we're gonna put the blade in here. We're going to put the actual blade on top of this right here. And I'm probably gonna use the instructions since I've never done this before. I did watch a video, Litheli has a video on how to assemble the pole saw. And it is, there's no words, just very simple, easy. It looks very easy. So, and I did charge my battery, so I have a fully charged battery here. It also says we need to fill the oiler with bar oil before we actually start cutting. So this is something that is not included. With most battery powered and other chainsaws, when you buy them, make sure you always pick up a bottle of bar oil because you need to keep things lubricated, and they never, rarely, hardly ever actually come with that oil themselves. All right, so the first thing it says to do is on the motor to unscrew that. So we're gonna do that. All right, so that comes off. We're gonna set that right there. Then it says to take the blade, and I'm going to pull a blade out of my back pocket. Now we're gonna take this part here, and we're going to put it, and which way do we want it? So let's see here. We want it so that the teeth are on the outside. Chain links. Okay, so we're gonna put this, and there is a cute little picture of what the actual cutter looks like. Let me try to get this nice and close for you guys. So as you're putting the blade on the bar, you're going to want to make sure that those little teeth line up. So like this, you can see that the teeth, that little teeth thing look identical to what is imprinted on that bar. All right, so we're good there. Then we're going to put this in here, and we're gonna put that chain on this back part here. Okay, nice and easy. And there's also another little picture of the teeth on this plastic, just for, just for making sure that you really are putting it on the right way. So good job putting it on both the bar and on the equipment, on the motor itself, for double confirmation. It looks like I should have a screwdriver, which I don't. So I'm just going to, I knew somebody that got hurt with a chainsaw when I was at a very young age. And he was a professional. He was a tree guy for a profession. So chainsaws have always scared me a bit, not gonna lie. But this, I'm hoping that this does not scare me. because like I said, it is lighter. The pole will be way far away from me. So yeah, I've just never been a chainsaw person. I'll use an axe and let other people use the cool toys. You know, that's just me. All right, so I'm gonna put this back on. Replace this part on top. Lightly tighten the chain sprocket cover by turning the knob clockwise. The bar must be free to move for tension adjustment. All right, so now remove all the slack from the chain. I feel like I did pretty good on that. All right, I gave in. I went and got a screwdriver and, all right. Ooh, that's pretty good. All right, so slack's pretty good. Can't really pull that out. I think we're good to go there. But it can be turned by hand without biting. And this is probably the part where you should have a glove on. All right, cool there. If the chain is too tight, it will not rotate. Loosen the chain. Yeah, no, this is, I think we're golden. We need to fill this with lubricant bars, so let me go grab that and I'll be right back. So this says to carefully pour it in this little compartment. It has a little oil, little genie bottle in there. So we're gonna pour it in there. It says carefully pour it into the outlet until it fills to the oiler neck, which I imagine is that up there. Be careful not to let it spill from the opening. Wipe off excess oil. All right. Go nice and slow. Woo! All right, that filled up fast. Definitely take that slow. Doesn't look like I spilled any though, so that's good. I'm gonna screw this back on. All right, so we're gonna put this on here. Looks like it just goes, what is this telling me to do? So this actually has a plug. So there is like a specific way it does need to go on. There is one way to put this on. So don't be like me. There is, if you look inside, there is a place where there's like a little tiny like guide bar. Make sure that is in the right place. And then you're just gonna turn this green thing until it tightens. Oh, and it has like a little lock imprinted here. So it's saying turn this way to lock it into place. Did that. Okay. Now I guess we put the battery in. Battery just easily slides in, hopefully. Yep, locks in place. Oh, it actually has a screwdriver, like a little Allen wrench and screwdriver right here on this. So that's pretty cool. So you don't actually have to go get a screwdriver like I did. And it is very important when you're using a chainsaw or a pole saw to make sure that blade is tight. So every so many cuts, you should check the tension on that blade. See here, I feel like if I do this, does the pole saw, it comes out and gets bigger. Awesome. Okay, so I know how to do that. All right, so now let's pull the trigger. All right, so we have the safety things. I guess we have to push that. I made it work. That's awesome. Let's put on some safety goggles and get to work. All right, so I got my eye protection. I don't have any ear protection, so don't yell at me for that. I have the pole saw. I got it on me, so that way I can easily not lose it and keep a hold of it. So let's test this bad boy out and see what it can do. Ooh, that was like super fast and easy. Like I like it. This has an 8-inch bar, so it's not too big. I barely put any pressure on that, and yeah, it was a little bit of a dead piece, so let's move it on up and let's keep going and see what we got. All right, maybe I shouldn't have had the bird feeder down there, but literally this thing cuts like butter. So light, it's not even very noisy. And I'm sure you guys can hear it. You hear it, but it's not that noisy because it's battery powered. and it cuts so easily. What else can I cut? Oh, loving this thing, man. This is great. All right, well, I just tested it out. I'm going to give it a little bit of a break. I want my mom to try to use this because I know she's the one that was like, some of these branches have to go. So she's not feeling very good at the moment. So we're gonna wait for her to feel better. And we're gonna let the elderly woman come out and play with the pole saw. And literally you just lay the blade on it, and it's gonna have to be farther because the blade is gonna push it to that gray break. You have to push in the little blue button on the side.
Oh, while you're doing that.
Yeah, and then you can let go of the blue button part.
Like this.
Yeah. Watch your head. You need to make it longer because that gray brake pad,
Yeah.
that needs to go.
Needs to go up a little more.
Yeah, because that gray thing that's underneath the blade bar, needs to rest on the underside. Because the blade.
On this side.
Yes, like that, right there, like that.
Okay.
And that way it won't jump.
Oh, that made it so much
But see if you can
easier.
go up any farther, because right now you have like an icky part, and you want to try to make a clean cut somewhere on that branch. So go up a little bit higher. Watch your step.
Right here.
Or I mean, if you want to take all that off, I mean, I wouldn't. I would just go.
This one's a dead one here.
Okay. And then. Did you get it stuck?
No.
Maybe make the bar higher or longer. No, you're gonna need to make it longer because you don't want to be reaching like that. Make it as long as it'll go. There you go, just like butter.
And then this one.
All right, and remember where you're standing in relation to where it's gonna fall. Yeah, just like butter. As you just saw, my mother just tried using the saw for the first time, and it was a little bit of a learning curve. Big thing to do when you're using this is make sure this part is long enough to where this part here is resting on the branch itself, because the blade is going to push the branch, this wood, whatever, to this. So if it's too far away, if you can't reach, it's going to be really jumpy, which you probably saw in one or two of the cuts there. So I'm going to put this back on, and don't yell at me, I don't have my goggles on right now, but we were out here, so I'm just going to do this real fast. Make sure it's long enough that when you get up here, that gray thing is resting. And I'm gonna come out here because I will go back and do a clean cut after the heavy part falls off. And now that there's less weight on the branch, I'll come up here and make a nice cleaner cut, even though my blade just hit the other thing. This up. Woo! All right, not too bad. All right, so let's see if we can get this one over here. Watch out. Oh yeah, that's nice and high.
thing needs to come off, doesn't it?
I mean, it's so easy. Like, it really is just so easy. Can't get any higher though. Not gonna try. All right, so we were able to cut down a ton of limbs off the tree and also cut the thicker like sticks, branches. As you can see here, we filled this whole trailer. I know it doesn't look like much, but we did pack it in pretty well. We did all of this on one Litheli battery. So we were able to get that much done today. It's still working, it's still running, but I would say it's, you know, on the thicker branches, you can tell that the battery is getting ready to say goodnight. So not too bad for a couple hours of work, or not even a couple hours, like an hour work. So not too bad. All right, so how do I feel about the Litheli 20 volt pole saw now that I've tested it out? Well, I think it's perfect for a simple homeowner, somebody who maybe has anywhere from like a quarter acre to maybe a couple acres, somebody who doesn't do this for a living, doesn't need to use it every day. I think it's great for just that, you know, yearly yard maintenance, you know, trimming a tree here and there, or even if you have to take down a whole tree, you can use this to help, you know, take away some of the branches before you fall. Like a small tree, of course, homeowners with no experience shouldn't try to take down big trees, especially if they're near power wires and things like that. But I think the 8-inch bar is perfect for just that yearly yard upkeep and maintenance. I think it's perfect. It's lightweight enough, but it still has enough weight to make the saw, when you're actually sawing and cutting something, to make that easier. I think, what else? The battery is awesome because you're using a battery and a brushless motor. It is quiet for a saw. Like, yes, it's still making noise, but if you're in a neighborhood, you're not going to upset your neighbors if you're using this at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. So I think that is a huge benefit of going with something like this. And then just how easy it is to even use. Okay, so one of the things that I hate is having to do those pull starts. Okay, I am not weak. I am not weak. I am fairly strong. You know, I'm 5'10". I can lift things up and I can put them back down again. I know I'm not a muscle builder, I'm not that, but I do work around my yard. I don't wuss out. I don't always ask for help. I'm used to doing things myself. But pull starts, like those 2-stroke motors, are terrible. Like, I hate them. Like, there is something about, like, I'm wondering if Litheli makes a weed whacker, because I would love a battery powered weed whacker now. Like, I'm just thinking about that. Like, thinking about all the stuff that I would probably do more of in my yard if I could have the ease and the convenience of a battery powered. I can pull this out of the garage. I'll double check the bar chain oil level. I will put the strap on me. And then all I have to do is push this and then push another button, or put a fresh battery in. Like, that will make my life so much easier. And I think as a homeowner and somebody who's been, you know, I only have 1 acre of land, but I've always worked a full-time job. And some of my jobs, especially in the past several years, required a lot of travel. So I wasn't home a lot. And when I was home, you know, the last thing you want to do is do yard work. And when you're struggling to get something started and going, it really makes you want to do that yard work even less. So I think something like this, something like the Litheli 20 volt pole saw, you know, will make certain chores that much easier. And when it's easy, it can be so much more fun. And I'm very excited. I am actually really excited about how easy it was to use. Putting it together, I definitely questioned myself, but that's just because I've never done it before. Now that I'm on the side and I've assembled it and I put it together, easy. I mean, easy. I mean, yeah, of course you're gonna second guess yourself on, is this too tight or is this not? But now that I've used it and I know, okay, I did it right and it's together, and that actually wasn't that hard. So super stoked about that. And yeah, so now I'm just now I want to try more Litheli products, see how much more I can get done in shorter amounts of time because of the easiness of the battery. So again, thank you Litheli for letting me test this product and fall in love with it. I think, you know, it's, like I said, for the average homeowner, this is perfect. This is going to be a perfect addition to your tools, and light enough that both mom or dad, or, you know, girl or boy, okay, maybe woman or man, can use this without having to really have to struggle with it. So if you have any comments or questions about this product, please throw them in the comment section right now. If you've tried a Litheli product and you love it, or you know, you ran into any difficulties, feel free to comment in the sections on that too. So, and I am saying Litheli correct, just so you know. I've watched so many videos on the 40 volt series just to see, like, you know, what the products that they sell are like, and most people say the word wrong. It's only 2 syllables, Litheli. Okay, so it's kind of easy to say once you know how to say it. So Litheli, Litheli. Come on, say it with me. Litheli, Litheli, Litheli. Anyway, thanks again for watching. And if you have any questions about this 20 volt Litheli 8-inch pole saw, please let me know and I'll do my best to answer. Thanks again for watching. Take care and see you next time.